My only thing is, what's in that water?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I'm game.
Dale, muchachos, vamos a salir de ahí para evitar problemas. Vámonos.
Likely.
Keep coming this way, please.
So this is what our tax dollars are funding.
There were 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. And I was the one that reported the information that I had to ICE. But it goes beyond just someone working illegally. Let me explain to you. These people are working for slave wages. Some are not getting paid. Some are being trafficked. They send money home to their country. They give money to their handler. They have hardly anything left. They live in homes 5 families deep, have no quality of life. It's modern day slavery. So if you think that ICE is just going in and ripping people out of their jobs, these hardworking people that want a better life, well, guess what? Politicians have really screwed these people, because when they came here, they thought they were, hey, the border's open, we're coming in, we're going to get the 5-star treatment, and we can go to the big Walmart, and we can live in a 5-star hotel, and that's just not how it is. It's very bad conditions, very inhumane, and the Biden administration started a humanitarian crisis. So y'all can't just look at it like they're ripping good people off the job. They're probably saving their lives in the long run.
The person allegedly responsible is this individual, Tori Branum, and to the surprise of no one.
So this is Tori Branum, a Republican candidate for Georgia's 12th Congressional District, who as a politician should have thought about how shutting down the single biggest economic investment made by a company in Georgia's history would affect her constituents. This was confirmed by Rolling Stone, and according to the report, Tori recruited a Spanish-speaking union worker who had access to the site to become her informant. After hearing rumors of the construction site using undocumented labor and 3 worker deaths at the site. Ironically, the other workers trusted this union worker because he had previously helped them win lawsuits against unsafe work conditions. So Tori took the rumors and the information from the informants and gave it to authorities. Authorities did say that this was a part of a months-long investigation with multiple agencies, but did not mention that this was started by Tori. And Tori is proud of what she did, saying, quote, "This is what I voted for, to get rid of a lot of," and that word, but not everyone that was detained was undocumented. There are already reports that 2 people that were detained were engineers who came to the US to advise briefly on the work and were planning to go back to South Korea soon. Also, some crossed into the US undocumented, some had visa waivers and were prohibited from working, and some had overstayed their visas. But they didn't go there with the knowledge of who was working undocumented, because they were harassing everyone, including people with status. When I first saw her video, I knew that she had no actual sympathy for the workers, because if she did, she would have found a way to hold the corporation accountable and not send the Gestapo goon after the workers. All she did was help the Trump administration rip more families apart and financially ruin them for her political gain.
This is what is happening across America. Folks like Tori, who are brainwashed into thinking hardworking people should not ever be allowed into the United States. Thankfully,
The way these people were being treated is what matters. I didn't know a damn thing about the Koreans. That wasn't my dish, and obviously that's being investigated because they had work visas that had expired.
First of all, Tori, you look like the love child of Kate Gosselin and Mama June. Second, you should see what the President of the United States has to say about this, because he's walking this back as well.
It's a battery factory in that case, as I'm told. And, when they're building batteries, if you don't have people in this country right now that know about batteries, maybe we should help them along and let some people come in and train our people.
Because Hyundai, pronounced like Sunday, not Hyundai like you're saying, is a Korean company. So it makes sense in this instance that Hyundai would send Korean nationals over to train people as those factories are being built. And I notice you have your comments turned off in your most recent video, so it sounds like someone can't take the heat. Because you potentially royally screwed up the Georgia economy. You're risking potentially up to 8,500 jobs. And you said that you didn't know that there were Korean workers there, which means that you probably didn't know anything at all. Because if it's already difficult for you to pronounce Hyundai, then, I'm assuming that a lot of other things are probably difficult for you too. But anyways, have the day you deserve.
Many are calling her out, and a plane flew over Soldier Field, where the Chicago Bears play, writing, "Hey, ice masks are for cucks." In addition, Congressional candidate Kat Abu-Ghazaleh was manhandled, along with others, when protesting ICE's presence in Chicago.
I want to talk about something that's happening right now, though. I'm running for Congress in Chicago. Trump has set his sights on Chicago. People are preparing for an invasion by federal troops, by the federal government in Chicago, and we're already seeing this with ICE. This is scary. Crime is down. And if we actually want to address crime, we would address meeting people's material needs. Last weekend, I was at the Broadview facility, which is this detention center where ICE is basing most of its operations. And they are detaining pregnant women and grandmothers. It is supposed to be a processing facility where people only stay for 12 hours at a time, but that's not the case. So people are staying there without beds, without hygienic products. They are sleeping on concrete. Last Friday morning, we were out there protesting. We were singing songs, holding signs. I was knitting. And these ICE agents, I bring my knitting places. Okay. So ICE agents are terrorizing our community. They're going in with masks because they're cowards. They are boarding up their windows for peaceful protesters. And I encourage anyone in Illinois watching this to join us at 1930 Beach Street this Friday at 7 a.m.
Well, we're all here today because this is f***ed up, frankly, what's going on.
I'm out here outside of the Broadview detention facility where immigrants are being jailed for days at a time in a facility that's not supposed to hold people for more than 12 hours. I didn't know that this building is where these people are being held. It is completely nondescript. You would have no idea that human beings are forced to sleep on concrete floors and subjected to inhumane conditions, where they're shipped off to countries where they have pending asylum claims so that way they can live here. They were following the process, and yet they are kidnapped by masked agents who won't even acknowledge the people that have been out here protesting.
We are in community with a broad coalition of folks who recognize fundamentally that our immigrant neighbors are folks that we should be protecting, that make this country a better place, that make our communities robust and loving and capacious. I don't know how this is keeping me any more safe. Is this keeping you any more safe?
I don't think it's keeping me any more safe. I don't think pregnant women sleeping on concrete floors is keeping me safe. I don't think families being ripped apart, parents that may never see their children again, I don't think that's keeping me safe. Is that crazy?
Yeah, no, not at all. Actually, that checks out.
This is right here in Chicago. This is where our neighbors are being held. And this is where it will continue if we don't do anything to stop it. Let's get this facility closed down.
And by the way, she is doing great work in the city.
And like the party of law and order doesn't seem to give a damn about international or domestic law. And unfortunately, it looks like this could
What
be
international
the first
law was violated?
firing on a civilian.
What international law was violated? Can you name the law that was violated? Please tell me.
The international, you're telling me
Please name the. Please tell me the international law.
What does it mean to name the law?
I know you can't.
I'm a lawyer too. What does that mean to name the law? You have to.
What law was broken?
This is like high school debate rules here.
What laws were broken?
Okay, wait.
The president has the right. You don't have the right to kill civilians.
It feels like this is just the first of actions Trump will take against Venezuela. And I think what's really, really scary here is that Republicans seem like they are acting as if they don't have another election, because these are war is unpopular. Immigration, popularity for immigration has been an all-time high.
Drugs being brought into the country, they're killing 100,000 U.S.
In addition,
for those that don't know, this could The Supreme Court ruled Monday for the Trump administration and agreed U.S. immigration agents may stop and detain anyone they suspect in the U.S. illegally based on little more than working at a gas station, at a restaurant, at a car wash, speaking Spanish, or having brown skin. That is all they need. If you speak Spanish or have brown skin, you are in danger. My family's in danger. And we have to step up. We have to be the change. We have to spread the word. Make sure to keep your family as safe as you can. Let them be informed. And that's the best that we can do. But, yep. The Supreme Court ruled this on Monday for the Trump administration.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.